ready for the call for the final race. Here's Simon.
Giant Touch looks like being the last in for this final race at the Craven meeting. And they're away and racing and out to a pretty level break as well. Jumeirah Glory jumped out a bit too good for Richard Hughes' liking, and he reins him back a little in the early stages as Emirates Airline is one of the leaders for Godolphin. On the far side on the left, Mohatem in the striped cap. Giant Touch is pulling quite hard in green sleeves. Shakopee towards the far side is tracking Mohatem. Red-jacketed Lostock Hall is further back. In the black cap towards the right is the white-blazed Muktasa, I should say, and then out wide is Captain Navarre, followed by Dissolution, Pink Cap, and finally Jumeirah Glory, who's now restrained at the rear of the field. Emirates Airline is just about the leader now by a length to Mohatem, and Emirates Airline grabbing the rail in the hands of James Doyle and begins to press on a little bit from Mohatem in second. Then Muktasa in third, Giant Touch and Captain Navarre the next pair, followed by Shakopee nearest the rail. Further back is Dissolution, and then towards the rear, Lostock Hall and the yellow-jacketed Jumeirah Glory under the champion jockey is the back marker. On their way now inside the final 5 furlongs in this, the Sure Thing Mandarin handicap. Emirates Airline tows them along from Mohatem, Muktasa and Captain Navarre on the outside. Locked away on the fence is Shakopee. In amongst them is Giant Touch. They're followed by Lostock Hall, who's creeping up on the fence, red colours. Hard at work now is Dissolution, pushed along as Captain Navarre improves on the outside, and Jumeirah Glory still at the back. Emirates Airline by a half length inside the 3. To Mohatem is second. Muktasa coming there quite strongly in the black cap. Then Giant Touch, Shakopee the far side. Lostock Hall will need a little bit of luck as they group together inside the final quarter mile. Still Emirates Airline. Shakopee now gets the break coming after the leader from Mohatem, Muktasa, Dissolution, Giant Touch and Lostock Hall. And now they meet the rising ground, and Shakopee grabs Emirates Airline. Lostock Hall, Giant Touch, Muktasa and Dissolution staying on the near side. Shakopee's just ahead. Shakopee doing enough. Dissolution thrusting close home. Shakopee a Dissolution, followed by Muktasa, Lostock Hall and Giant Touch.
Photo called, but that suggests that Dissolution has come over the top to grab Shakopee on the line, but we'll wait on the judge. Number 8 is Dissolution, number 5 is Shakopee. As you can see, there's a load of horses in with the line, a few hard luck stories. Muktasa looks to be third. Giant Touch has had a bad run through. He is in the mix for 4th, but we wait on the decision, and all horses, actually all the horses in the entire field are in that picture.
All except Captain Navarre, I think. I think it's his Lockstock on the far side, that red, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Captain Navarre was outer, near side.
Answer our question, did Dissolution need the visor? No, he needed Brian Moore. He was almost the first horse beat, actually. It's the handicap will be patting himself on the back, having said it's a bunt finish. I think there's lots of horses to run with promise.
Finish for first place. First, number 8,
Dissolution wins for Sir Michael Satt and Ryan Moore. Second, Shakopee for Adam Kirby and Luca Kamani. Muktasa is third for Roger Varian and Dana Neal, and Lostock Hall is fourth for Daniel Tedhope and Carl Burke. Let's concentrate first on the winner, who is under pressure, being chased along at this point in third last. But it is he who comes more towards the centre of the track and is launched to come past all those horses on his inside.
And you'd have to say he's improved for the 10 furlongs, so he's needed every single inch of it to get back up and win. To get up and win, having never looked likely. So he looked the least likely winner almost with about 2 furlongs to run, but he saw it out well. Well, we're going to see the race now. Again, it's been a few races today. There's been a few pullers. It didn't get beat that far, but Jumeirah Glory didn't help his chances. It took Richard Hughes about a furlong to settle. He just didn't want to help the jockey at all. I thought Lockstock Hall was quite keen early on. He settles quicker, to be fair, but he's the other horse in relevant. But he's still slightly keener than ideal.
Emirates Airline is also keen. Giant Touch is initially keen, but once he gets some cover in behind Emirates Airline, he's a little bit better.
Yep. Whether we had to debate whether Emirates Airline would stay, well, like this, no. Basically, he hasn't got beat far, and he's almost stayed, but he hasn't helped himself. And from what it looked like, it was going to be a reasonable pace. In the end, I think it's become pretty tactical, actually.
Yes.
Because with 7 furlongs to run, they were bunched up, and there were plenty of horses who still looked like they wanted to go quicker.
Yes, absolutely, and that might account for the fact that 8 of the 9 of them are in the photo for the finish.
Exactly. I mean, you could argue the handicap has gotten wrong, but he will argue that himself. And you can't force the logic